You're watching Omaha's ABC, KETV, Channel 7. Your favorite choice for local news. This is KETV News Watch 7 at 10.
So, some much-needed relief just hours away for most of us.
Yeah, family, food, and for a lot of people, a nice glass of wine. But will it still be nice if Nebraska is on the label? We're going to put that to the test in 2 minutes.
People will drink more Riesling, a white wine, tomorrow than any other time of the year, and much of it will come from the West Coast or overseas.
But not all of it. Nebraska vineyards producing more and more wine, and experts say it is a business ripe for growth. Question, is it any good? Well, we put together a little test.
This is St. Vincent. It makes a beautiful red color. It's not a deep, dark red. You know, my job is to take those grapes and turn them into something that people are truly going to enjoy.
Jim Ballard certainly enjoys his job.
Making people happier one bottle at a time.
He's developed a nose for the nectar.
This smells good.
For 14 years, he's planted, picked, and pressed grapes for James Arthur Vineyards in Raymond, Nebraska.
That's about 17,000 bottles worth of wine right there sitting in that tank. 1, 2, 3.
James Arthur is not alone. There are at least 25 wineries spread across Nebraska. Iowa has twice as many as that. Missouri, twice as many more.
It's been amazing to watch this industry grow and how it's really blossomed, and to see people really kind of embrace it.
And with open arms, states welcome the money local wines bring in. Take a look. The wine industry has about a $90 billion impact on the U.S. Washington leads individual states with $3 billion of that. Missouri, about half that. In Iowa, it's a respectable $234 million impact, which is still nearly 20 times as great as Nebraska's $12 million. But quantity is only half the story. What about the quality of local wines? Well, to answer that question, we set up a taste test. Nebraska versus America's heavy-hitting West Coast wines. Set up at Bricks, an Omaha wine retailer, Diana, Chris, Jennifer, and Melissa all agree to taste one for the team. Served up a Riesling, a white, and a red. Round one, the Rieslings. The first, Brownville's Whiskey Run Creek. The second, Washington's Snoqualmie.
It was more fruity, and I liked the first one better.
I liked the first one better. It wasn't as sharp as the second one.
I liked the first one better. It was much more smooth, and the second one just had too much bite to it.
The second one was too sweet. Definitely liked the first one better.
Round two, white wine. Number one is Nebraska's Superior Estates. Number two, Oregon's King Estates.
I would pick number one over number two.
It's a little softer, and number two seems a little dry.
It's number two because I like more dry, and it's got more of a crisp flavor to it.
The first one. If I was going to drink a full glass.
Round three, the red. Syrah's, Springfield's Soaring Wings. Two, industry giant California's Bridalwood.
Kind of had an aftertaste for me, so I liked one better.
One was much more smooth, I thought.
Even though number one was more smooth, I like that there's a spicy flavor to number two, which is what I like in a wine.
Definitely the second one. Definitely has a better bouquet.
So final results, Nebraska rules the Rieslings 4-0, wins the white 3-1, and splits the Syrah 2-2.
I think it's legitimate. You take a look at
Dan Matuzek, the owner of Bricks, isn't surprised by our results. He says Nebraska wine is no longer a novelty.
As they get their quality up and continue to make strides and try to produce Syrah and Riesling and hopefully Cabernet and Chardonnay someday, I think it's exciting times for the Nebraska wine industry. Yeah, I'd watch out California, Oregon, and Washington. We're coming.
And I asked our testers to pick their favorite of all those 6 wines. All 4 said the Riesling from Brownville.
Riesling's the best. All right. I imagine Nebraska's wine business pretty competitive here.
It is certainly competitive, but there's one place where they're all on the same page, the same side, protecting their reputation. That's because if someone gets one bad Nebraska wine, word of mouth spreads, and it could do a lot of damage to all the other wineries out there.
Very good to know.
Eye-opening.
Very cool. Thanks, Rob. Now let's check in with Bill.